So just introduce yourself for us.
Well, as considering the people who are going to be watching this, Poke used to be a previous leader of TNR before it kind of fell apart, which is now known as DR or Doom Reapers. I used to be one of the leaders, Poke.
Okay, so I have some interesting questions. I mean, might be a bit like from a different angle, of course, but the first one could be as well. That were you at the start of the TNR, or was it just that you came afterwards?
Well, TNR or the Nuclear Reapers actually used to be a completely different clan, which was just for Armor 3. I came in during that time, but I was at the start of TNR because me and Reno decided to change the name to TNR and change how it would be. So instead of just being armor based, it would cover all the games that we record them and just put videos on the internet. Oscar then joined in. We all three of us became leaders, and that's how kind of TNR was born. So technically, I was there from the beginning, is what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, not saying that like, I mean, I'm saying that that's not like false, but like, what I have heard is that like there was Oscar at the first, and then it was like Reno, and you came afterwards.
Okay, if we're talking about in order of who came first, I think it was first it was Oscar. He was the leader of the previous clan, which is I think it was Dark Eagles or something.
Mm.
And then no, I think then I was second because I joined in from another server, which is like a completely different game. But I joined them because I had armor, and then Reno got the game apparently, and then joined the Dark Eagles, whatever it was called.
So it was after a game where you guys were playing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well then the second one is gonna be interesting, but like what I have heard is that you and Reno had most conflicts in the group, as in like not serious conflicts, but like smaller ones, which has sometimes turned into aggressive ones. If you understand.
I would say I had conflicts with mostly everyone equally.
Equally.
So equally, maybe Oscar and Reno, maybe more than the others, but I would say it's about equal.
Okay, well, that's kind of understandable. Like, I mean, now that I wonder which angle you're like, is it like more like emotional or just like as in words?
I would say, whilst most of it was just like arguments and words, it was mostly because um, it kind of just led from one thing to another, you know? And I'm not sure if anyone would ask this question, like, why did these happen? But the reason why they happened is sometimes people would say things behind my back, like, it would be just a joke, but I wouldn't really take it as a joke, and then it'd kind of escalate from there. Which, yes, I'm blaming myself for not taking it as a joke, which I should. But it's not exactly their fault that I left TNR. And yes, I left TNR. Didn't get kicked out or anything. I left. I need to make that clear.
Well, next
Um,
question could have been, since I made the song to my YouTube channel where I mentioned you and some pretty funny ones, and like there was a rumor that when you left, so all your other buddies left only because you were like the main guy in the TNR.
well, if we talk about my friends that I brought over, they're still in DR, but most of them are kind of active in my new clan, which I made.
No,
So they
but
kind
like,
of just
is the rumor true that I have said?
not exactly. I'm pretty sure. I think last time I remember, most of them stayed with TNR slash DR now.
Ah, okay, well. But do you have your own side of it? Because I'm just a bit curious.
Well, not really. I think it's kind of cut and dry, really. There is no sides. I don't really take sides. There's just one definitive truth. We got into arguments. I myself am a bit unstable,
Mm.
and because of my instability, I left. I was kind of the problem. Because of that, I left.
I mean, I don't want to be rude, but like, doesn't it sound bit weak as for an excuse? Like, if you're in the higher rank of a clan, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, it does sound a bit like an excuse, but I'm pretty sure you know, kind of unstable, not the most mentally stable. So, and because I kept on getting arguments with people and I'd have random outbursts of anger, it would have been better for me to not be in the clan, because then that just leads to even more anger and more conflict, which is what I don't want.
Yeah.
And to clear it up, I'm still friends with Oscar and all that, and sometimes I even stream with them. But I think it wasn't working out very well, so we just had to take our separate ways in terms of clans.
But how did you last so long though? Like, in my opinion, you guys were doing good together as the three people.
Well, the beginning there wasn't many conflicts, actually none at all. There were maybe some here and there. Maybe Oscar would do something, or Reno would do something, or I would do something. I'm not a saint, and I never claimed to be. I want to make that clear because some people are like, "Oh yeah, no, it's only their fault." Now I do have some of the parts to blame for too, and it kind of just kept on increasing in intensity. Sometimes I'd get really pissed off. There was one time, I'm not really going to go into much detail, but it had to do with my girlfriend and Oscar. I'm not going to go into it, but you might have heard it before. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that because I don't think Oscar would like that, and I don't think I want to release that kind of information because of Oscar.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of understandable. Then the most interesting one, what I kind of was missing out. Since like I don't know, was it in 2 hours or so when this all happened, and then suddenly like I don't know if it was the mood change or like that you had a bad day, in essentially, because like the day after, then it was like nothing didn't happen. So that was kind of like a problem. Well, I didn't quite get.
Okay, so you trying to talk about my mood changes, right? Like just the sudden dumb mood changes that I have. Well, how do I say this? I have a disorder, which is like multiple personality disorder. So you say that you could say, oh yeah, you do this, but you don't remember it the next day. I wouldn't because I could be in a different personality for all I know. I don't really know how. From what I know from my therapist, multiple personality is just like I have a different personality. They have a different memories. Blah. It's a shit, but you know I do take responsibility for that if I have done anything like that.
Well,
But I am kind of prone to sudden mood changes or sudden going from being normal and happy to suddenly just angry for no apparent reason or dumb reason.
This I need to know particularly. Like, I know that you have the disorder, but like, do you take any meds for it? Because that's what many people say that you have done in the past half a month, I think.
I took them for half a month to see if they would help me, but really, and so they helped me. So maybe I'm not sure because you don't really know. It's an identity disorder, but they could have helped because I must remember what happened. But they just made me more depressed because things with medication is they don't always work. They could have side effects which are actually worse and make you worse, such as depression or weight gain, which isn't really up for me. So I try to find my relaxation on things like listening to music or such.
Okay, well, that's kind of sounds interesting. Is there anything you want to say before I move to a bit like recent stuff, which I'm a bit interested of?
All right. I don't really have anything to say. I'm just answering questions.
I mean, first of all, where did you get your new avatar from? Like, have you made it yourself, or just where did you get it?
Google. Where else would I get it from? I'm no artist. I just kind of going around Google, you know, just searching up cool stuff, and I just kind of found this image. I'm like, this image is cool. I'm gonna use it as my avatar now.
But how does it suit you in general? Like, does it have any like into you, or is it just like what you found it as a cool one?
Well, it does have some kind of reference to how I usually try to be really reserved. I don't always show myself. I try to keep things from other people, like my anger, for example.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure you know. A lot of the time, I try to keep as reserved as possible and try to keep all my emotions to myself, which is why sometimes I have those outbursts that I just can't control. So this image kind of represents how I try to hide myself behind a mask, or in this case, a bag,
I mean,
which
that's
is
a
really
good one.
retarded.
That's a good one, though.
Okay, so anything else?
I mean, yeah, I mean that what I've been interesting is like, did you like create a new clan, or was it just like that you joined into existing one? Because I don't know if I have heard of it before, but the name is pretty familiar, I guess.
G entities, right?
Yeah.
I created it, like completely from scratch. I just kind of just sat there. I'm like, fuck it, let's just create something else, something new. I'm gonna have a new slate, completely clean. I did delete the TNR channel, which was I at first I let Reno take everything he needed from the channel, and then I deleted it, and then I also deleted the Gmail. On the Twitch, I completely changed it and renovated it, so it would be for G entities, which I stream. Or I try to stream on maybe every 2-3 days.
But yeah, as for the streaming on YouTube, how do you do it these days? Since I guess you're not in charge of it anymore, so have you like decided to do the content by yourself, or what have you decided to do?
Well, I mostly just stream. I have done some recording, and one of my IRL friends, he's practicing to be a graphics designer and editor and all that stuff. So he basically just messes around with anything graphical. So he's actually asked me if he can edit for me, which I said, yeah. If I have any videos, I guess I'll just send them to you, and he kind of edits them for me.
Do
Well, we
you
don't really have anything,
do
but
you
we're
pay
really good
them
friends.
there? Do you pay them there?
No. As I said, it's one of my friends. He wants practice, so he's getting practice off my videos.
Oh, well, that's a good start at least. Like, the last thing what I'm a bit interested of is like, now that you have started from scratch, have you like grown any like famous, or have you get any new fans there?
Well, I did recycle the old TNR Twitch, which I think I was allowed to do, and so I did have a little bit a bolster of at least like 12 followers, or no, 10. But from there, I think we've increased to 12 or 13, and our channel we're starting to get a couple of followers right now. In our Discord, we have 2 new followers basically. So we're slowly climbing, very slowly, but so nonetheless. I would say around every stream we at least gain one more follower.
How long do you stream though? Like, is it between hours, or is it just like many days in a row?
Like, do you mean like my streaming schedule?
Yeah, yeah.
I usually stream for around maybe 2-ish hours, maybe a little bit more, and then I try and stream every 2 days. So I did one yesterday, and I might try. I can't do one tomorrow because I have a friend's party. But I intend to do another one Thursday, and then Friday, and then Saturday, and then Sunday, then Monday or New Year's Eve, maybe.
Okay, well, do you have time for a few more questions, which my fans have actually sent?
Yeah, let's go.
First one is this is particular. I mean, this is a funny one. Do you drink any alcohol?
I think most of you would know. I think no, you would know what Rebel. I was known for being the alcoholic in TNR, and I still am the alcoholic. I am the king of alcohol. Like just this fucking Christmas, I drank triple the alcohol that all my parents drank,
Oh my
and
god.
anyone at the table. I drank triple the alcohol, and I was still more sober than them. So yes, I drink a shit ton of alcohol.
I mean, what alcohol? Now that I'm a bit interested, is it more like stronger drinks or just like beer?
Vodka cocktails, beer, whiskey, mostly everything.
This is one.
Barley's also really nice.
This next one is also a bit funny one. Do you smoke or do any kind of like bad stuff? I don't know. It's
Okay,
just been written that way.
that I do not. I drink, but I don't do anything illegal. Yes, technically my underage drinking could be illegal, but in England it's kind of a bit of a grey area when you're at home under parent surveillance, because it's a bit like when you turn 16, which I'm almost 16,
Mm.
you get to, as long as you're under parental supervision, you can drink most alcohol. So it's kind of fine. And plus, technically I'm under supervision since I'm home, and there's always an adult home.
Yeah,
Unluckily, but so I'm always supervised technically, so it's fine. But I don't do anything other than that, such as I don't like smoking at all. I actually detest it.
Okay, this third one, which is the second last one, is pretty interesting one, and it basically says that he has enjoyed your content with the TNR, and he's now wondering what will you do without them, basically.
Streaming and content on my own channel.
What kind of content? Now that I think of it.
Well, take TNR and basically like that, but maybe we're gonna try and adapt it to be more R style instead of Reno's style.
Okay, well that's kind of a
Since
curious one.
what we're gonna do is we're basically just gonna take the TNR style, which is what we used to do, and we're gonna try and make it either. We're probably gonna instead of making just funny moments, we're gonna try and also make like moments where like we do like really cool skills, or just fucking rage moments in games.
So you basically copy what they used to do, but you're a bit like making it as your own, right?
Yeah, we're trying to adapt the TNR style. Since Rena's gonna adapt to make a more DR driven style, we're gonna take what we used to have and we're gonna try and make it our style.
Okay, well, this last one is just, I don't know if I want to ask it, but it basically says that, like, people have known you as a bad reputation of being a dick in a group. Is that true?
Most of my friends would say that, yeah. People think of me as a dick. Though sometimes it may not be true. People know me as a dick because I'm British. And British tend to have that, how to say, they're known as dicks just because they're British.
Bad attitude, right?
Yeah. But really, it depends on the situation. Like, I'm mostly a dick if I'm joking around. But say there's an honest, bad kind of, let's say one of my friends talk about like something bad they've gone through, I would actually be very respectful. Usually, I'm actually there for people. Funny story. Recently, my friend decided to give me a shot. My best friend, because he's never actually told me anything, and it was about his girlfriend, and she was doing some things to him that he didn't like, and he didn't know. But I'm actually he said I'm one of the best people to talk to because I'm so calm and understanding usually when it comes to those kind of situations. So really, me being a dick is situational to what the kind of atmosphere is like. And I'm also known for being depressive too, so it's situational.
Yeah, but like, now that I think it was like the group that you're the group of the dick, you know. So do you associate it with it, or do you just try to avoid it most likely?
In terms of comedy, I try to be that dick in the group because it's kind of funny to be that. Since usually you don't really see much of that. And what do you laugh? Let's be fair. When you look at something, what do you laugh at? Do you laugh at people just saying random jokes? Do you laugh at like someone just being completely a dick and making people rage?
I mean, it might be both, to be honest.
Yeah, but sometimes you kind of like seeing people being dicks to each other, don't you?
Mm.
It's funny. It's funny.
I have to admit that, yeah.
So yeah, whilst I might not actually be a dick, sometimes in terms of recording, I try to be that dick because it's just funny.
Well, do you have anything least to say before I stop recording?
Huh. Well, Whilst yes, TNR is now completely officially dead. If you want to see more content, or the old content, that it's still on the DR channel. I'm pretty sure Rebel would be willing to link them. But if you want something new, if you want to see more of me, which would be nice, Rebel, would you be willing to like link my Discord or my Twitch?
I could
In
link your Discord, sure.
Yeah, because from my Discord, people can access my Twitch, and soon enough I'm going to make a channel, and Oscar might even help me make some artwork. It depends on his mood. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay, well, thanks for your time, I appreciate it.
No problem.